Then in our day-long Sunday session, what did we discuss in radiology? We did not discuss any hi-fi radiology of investigation of choice or anything. What are the three most important topics in radiology, doctor? Most high yield? Radionuclides, radio sensitivity, radiophysics. First you should finish that. So if you look at radionuclides, cobalt-60 is a very common source of the teletherapy, is what need to be basically remembered. Now what is cold sterilization? We use an ionizing radiation like a gamma rays or X-rays or cosmic rays in order to do the sterilization without producing heat. Testicular artery is a branch of what? I gave you around 14 arteries. 14 arteries, invariably one question comes from that. Carotid or aorta branches or different femoral anything. So it is the infrarenal branch of the abdominal aorta would be the testicular artery is what need to be remembered. One more question on artery. What is the blood supply of the stomach? How many answered inferior phrenic artery? Was it there in the options first of all? We did not cook it, right? So what is inferior phrenic artery? Sometimes, not regularly. It gives branches to the duodenum, stomach, the inferior phrenic artery. So it is one of the rare blood supplies, inferior phrenic artery to the stomach. But inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery, it is out of question that it ever provides any blood supply to the stomach, is what need to be remembered. Now what are the contents of carotid sheath? Oh, this is like a standard question. It is like watching the same Mayabazar movie 5 times or 6 times kind of a feeling you get when you answer this. Why? Because carotid sheath is a 5 marks question also in the anatomy days also, right? So you should be sure common carotid artery, internal jugular vein, vagus nerve, these are all the parts and components of the carotid artery. With regard to the fovea, when we say fovea, suddenly I remembered our MBBS JIPMER entrance. First time I learned what is a fovea when after coming out of exam hall there, JIPMER MBBS level, not MD level. We had been taught from our 6th class onwards that fovea has the highest visual acuity. It has got a high concentration of the photoreceptors, and it is not located in the middle of the optic nerve head. It is rather located in the center of the macular area of the retina, is what you have to basically remember. Now which is the muscle relaxant metabolized? So what is anesthesia preparation is for entrance? Few muscle relaxants and few local anesthetics, bus. A little bit about regional and spinal anesthesia. So mivacurium, very standard question, whether there is renal failure, hepatic, etc. It is quite friendly because it is the only one which is metabolized by the cholinesterase. Pregnancy diagnosis is a favorite topic. What was there? Huh? Okay, options there may be changed, but mivacurium is there, right? It is there, right? So don't worry, just write down any cooked options are there. Options sometimes we get by recall of students. But if the answer is wrong, don't be restless. We have time after the discussion for us to fight. Okay. What is Goodell sign? Pregnancy diagnosis is a topic, doctor, in which how many questions came in the past APPG 30 years? 15 questions came if you go back to the high yield scanner. So softening of the cervix is Goodell sign, as all of you know very well. Oh, this is a challenging question, doctor. Epituberculosis. This used to be our MD final year pulmonology examiner's viva voce question. Honestly speaking, I was not sure about this term in the MD final viva. A simple thing, you are living in a country where tuberculosis is so common. Don't you know what is epi? I don't know what is sitting on the top of tuberculosis to make it a epi. So, but examiner once more was asking before you fail in MD final. So, it is seen in primary tuberculosis, epi. It is the obstruction of the bronchus which will occur, which is called as epi, that lead to a localized wheeze and bronchial breathing and atelectasis of that affected pulmonary segment. But who causes the bronchial compression? In the primary tuberculosis, that hilar lymph nodes which become enlarged, they are the ones which compress the bronchus, and that is called as an epituberculosis, or the primary tuberculosis is what you need to basically remember. Now on autopsy of kidney, there is a hyperplastic arteriolitis with necrotizing glomeruli. Good, APPG examiner also want to be little stylish like a USMLE examiner by giving a case study kind of a picture. So it's a simple question of malignant hypertension. Many times we discussed in our regular session. This is how the kidney in malignant hypertension typically will show a flea-bitten appearance with a lot of minute petechial hemorrhages on the surface, is what need to be remembered. Adenosine is the one which has got a very short half-life. I was just waiting which antiarrhythmic examiner will give in this exam of APPG, and it is adenosine in SVT and VT. Because of its very short half-life, what will you do with adenosine when you are injecting it to a patient who has an SVT? You will try to put a IV line as proximal to the heart as possible rather than far away from it, because if you put it far away, somewhere femoral line में adenosine दिए तो वो heart को पहुंचेगा भी नहीं. Before that only it will get metabolized. So short is the half-life is what need to be remembered. What is gold standard? One of our students, one day I remember coming and asking, sir, a gold standard क्या होगा? Silver standard is not there. Platinum standard is not mentioned. A बीच में gold standard. Gold standard means what is gold, doctor? Do we wear gold every day? If we wear gold, we are at a threat of being robbed and mugged. So gold का मतलब होता है the best, but not routinely done. So giving a contrast and doing arteriography and recognizing the presence of a stenosis as what you are seeing here is the gold standard. But in clinical practice, if you are suspecting renal artery stenosis, what will you do? CT angiography is the one which we basically do. This is a dirty question. Wound healing mein. Wound healing mein, what is healing by primary intention? All these things we learnt and gone to exam. Examiner will take us to surprise by asking which type of collagen it is. It is the collagen type 3, which is the one which is being seen in the early phases of the wound healing, is what you have to basically remember. In pancreatic injury, what do you see? Which carries a bad prognosis? Duct disruption, if that is there. So accordingly, pancreatic injury is graded as grade 1, 2, 3 and 4. What is grade 2, doctor? Laceration, perforation, transection of the tail or body of the pancreas. Grade 3 means crushing, perforation and transection of head of the pancreas with or without duct injury. But grade 4 means there is a pancreatic injury, mild to severe, and also there is a duct disruption. So accordingly you have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. I hope some of you in short time will become eminent SGs, surgical gastroenterologists, right? Now that completes our level C topics. Now what are level D topics, doctor? Which had been asked between 15 to 5 times or 10 times, and there is a good amount of chance. There are about 25 topics like that: schizophrenia, postpartum hemorrhage, trisomies, SLE, intestinal polyp, thyroid cancer, ventilator settings, and inflammation, stroke, tonsillitis. What was the question on stroke? We got on Benedict syndrome, which is a brainstem strokes. It comes under the brainstem lesions. Endometrial cancer, there were 2 questions, and hip dislocation, regularly we discuss that in our every Sunday test, and carcinoma stomach, tonsillitis, cesarean section, we had lot of questions. So let us go and talk about it. There are twin questions on twin pregnancy. If we do wrong 2 questions, 2 answers are, 2 marks are gone. When will you do vaginal delivery in case of twin pregnancy? At least if the first twin is vertex, second twin is breech, that is sufficient enough a reassurance to do a vaginal delivery, is what you have to be. That was not there in the options. The first twin vertex and second twin breech was not there. What is there? Okay, first twin vertex, second twin transverse is there. Still you can give a try. Still you can give a try. But if the first twin is breach, it is like an unexpected question coming as the first question in entrance. So first twin breach, not agreeable. Okay. Now let us go to the next question. Twin peak sign. This is a what you call Chettakundi question. I am doing maths with my son. So in their school they have some new terms. I say let us solve this question. He says no, this is a Chettakundi question. I can solve it myself. I'll show you some other question which you can't solve. I really need your help. So many times we discuss this this question, doctor, because a state entrance discussion we can talk in Telugu. So diamniotic, dichorionic. If that kind of a twinning is there, what will happen, doctor? If you do ultrasound, you will find a lambda sign which is positive. That which is called if there is a dichorionic, diamniotic twinning, this is a typical lambda sign which will appear. Are you able to appreciate on lambda here? A triangle with a line raising. This only happens in dichorionic, diamniotic twinning. Many times asked even in our mock test we had this question. What precipitates hepatic encephalopathy? This is what we practice every day. We give neomycin to help hepatic encephalopathy not to precipitate it. Whereas paracentesis, variceal bleeding, hypokalemia, any of them can lead to the development of hepatic encephalopathy. Precipitation is what need to be basically remembered.